Okay, so my first um, mock-up here, utilizing the green things which I have right now in stock. This is my children's trailer axle from, they're both too big right now to tow behind the bike, they're over the weight capacity. So I plan to cut up their trailer right at this point right here. You can hear them on their iPads in the back room right before dinner. So I'll cut up the trailer. These tan portions are segments of extruded aluminum tubing. Not tubing, extruded aluminum T-slot profiles. These are each 2 feet length, so I don't have to cut anything, and I will just have to cut this last one accurately here. That indicates that to support these, I will create aluminum plate brackets for each of the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 identical parts here, 4 identical parts here, and likely 4 or 6 identical parts for the end here. Up here, I plan on 3D printing some very strong hangers for the extrusions to hang from the existing handlebars on my old Schwinn that's all rusty. So that's this portion. This is the old rusty Schwinn. So hanging these guys, the really sturdy thing I can think of 3D printing would be an entire sleeve that wraps around the 40mm T-slot profile, probably about ½ inch thick or so of ABS plastic, and it would provide these nice angles here. So then I'd do 2 of those mirror images of each other, and then at the back here I'd likely drill and tap the center of these, which these extrusions have a 7mm hole, so I drill and tap that for 5/16 24 and put something to help alleviate a big arc or something like that to help alleviate the desire for it to go outward. And then likely I'd put in some crossbeam right here, somewhere above the head of the rider. The rider in this case would have feet here and shoulders go up right underneath these arcs, and head pops out a little bit in the front. And we're going to resolve some safety issues of having your head out front with a fairing in the front to redirect the airflow. One issue here is that on my Schwinn, these pedals, when they're 90 degrees from their current position, are 3 inches from the ground. My clipless shoes, they're about 4.5 inches or 4 inches, size 13 shoe from the center of the pedal. So that means I'm going to have to angle the whole frame up a little bit to get that extra right here. It's the sine of this small angle right here. Whatever I tilt it up, that's how many inches I'll gain on that. So I'd want to gain 2.5 inches for sufficient clearance. That would drop this all down a little bit. It might mess with the steering right here, being that it's angled backwards, but I'll resolve that somehow. I like the form of it. It looks quite aggressive for being just found parts and then T-slotted tubing. Any comments would be appreciated.